Welcome back to Football Daily, and it's Wednesday, so it's time again for Transfer Talk, where we round up the week's gossip, news and rumours, and make sure you let us know what you think of the transfers in the comments below, and I'll reply to them. We kick things off up in Newcastle, where things haven't been going well of late. Between failing to win a Premier League game in their last 5 attempts and banning handshakes between the squad due to the coronavirus, we didn't think things could get much worse. But according to the Daily Mail, they may well have. StMaximin's future at Newcastle is in doubt after Steve Bruce dropped him from Saturday's goalless draw with Burnley, then claimed the winger was struggling with a hamstring injury. However, according to the paper, the 22-year-old is fully fit and available for selection, even though manager Bruce said on Monday he was a doubt for their FA Cup tie against West Brom because of a back and hamstring issue. It's alleged that Steve Bruce and the Frenchman have fallen out over performances in training, leading the manager to drop him for Burnley as he wanted to field a team he could rely on. However, here's what Steve had to say about that.
He was a doubt. There was nonsense written in the newspaper that I've had a fallout with him. I don't know where that come from. He didn't train Sunday. We were wary of him, and you always have to be careful with the 2 hamstrings that he's had. He was sore on Thursday, and that made me mind up to not risk him. But he trained well yesterday and declared himself right, and that's the way it was.
What did you agree? I think he was fit to start on Sunday.
I'm not going to answer you, Craig.
No?
You just outed this realist totally. No. It's total lies. It's nonsense. I'm glad your source is wrong. You calling me a liar? So what are you calling me?
You calling me a liar?
Well, your report was wrong. Why can't you list it? Well, there you are, then you are. I've had no row with StMaximin, okay?
Wolves and Crystal Palace are said to be monitoring developments after learning of the situation, but it's believed that any club interested would have to pay a lot of money, as StMaximin signed a 6-year contract in the summer after joining for £16 million from Nice. Now, if you're a Tottenham Hotspur fan, I would suggest looking away, as according to the Telegraph, Spurs may face a battle to keep Harry Kane if they fail to land silverware, with the striker set to consider his future in the summer. The 26-year-old is currently out injured with a hamstring injury and has had to watch Spurs' recent struggles from the sidelines. Head coach Jose Mourinho and chairman Daniel Levy are determined to do everything in their power to keep Kane, with the Portuguese admitting that Spurs cannot overhaul the current squad during the summer. Failure to qualify for the Champions League could leave Mourinho with as little as £50 million to spend on new players, but he would be given incoming cash from sales. Despite scoring 181 goals in 278 appearances for the Lily Whites, Kane has never won a trophy during his time at the club, having finished as a runner-up in the Champions League last season and the League Cup in 2015. Real Madrid and Manchester United are the 2 clubs who previously were interested in the Englishman. However, with Kane's contract running until 2024, a club will have to spend a serious amount of money to bring him in, only really leaving Real, United and PSG able to sign the forward. On to our next story now, and according to the Telegraph, Jadon Sancho's most likely destination after Borussia Dortmund has changed. That club is none other than Manchester United, as the paper claim they are now the front runners for the 19-year-old's signature, but will need to spend more than the £89.3 million paid for Paul Pogba back in 2016. The personal terms that are set to be agreed for Sancho could top £200,000 a week and are expected to be straightforward if the club's going to agree a fee for the winger. And according to Dortmund sporting director Michel Zorc, Man City also have matching rights when a bid goes in. With the future of Leroy Sané still uncertain, Sancho may offer them a very good replacement. BVB's chief executive Hans-Joachim Watzke has also revealed Sancho's future is not determined yet, and discussions will continue between now and the end of the season. But if you were Jadon, where would you go? Vote in the poll and let us know. Just before we move on to our next transfer rumour, if you're not already subscribed to Football Daily, what are you doing? Please hit that big red button and the notification bell so you never miss a video. Someone who has thrived under the stewardship of Carlo Ancelotti has been Mason Holgate, playing in all 11 Premier League games for the Italian, winning 5 and only featuring on the losing side 3 times. The defender has established himself as a first-choice centre-back and partnered Michael Keane in the Toffees' recent controversial 1-1 draw with Manchester United, relegating £27 million signing Yerry Mina to the bench. His upturn has seen the 23-year-old linked to a possible move to Manchester City in the summer. City are expected to be in the market for a new central defender after failing to replace Vincent Kompany this season, and with injuries to Aymeric Laporte and John Stone throughout this campaign, are desperate to find someone to help shore up their leaking goal defence. The Sky Blues have already conceded 6 more goals at this point in the Premier League season than they did in the entirety of their 2018-19 league win. Everton boss Ancelotti has stressed there is zero possibility of him leaving. However, Holgate gave his own response to the rumours. "It's not really what I think about my personal form. It is more about the team and where we are going." A very media-trained answer, and after signing a new deal keeping him in Merseyside until 2025, City may have been too slow to get their man. But whilst a player may be looking to leave Merseyside, another may be about to join. Lozano has struggled for form since joining Napoli from PSV Eindhoven in a £36 million deal last summer, and was left out of the squad to face Barcelona last week. This has led to talk of an early exit from the Stadio San Paolo, with Everton one of the clubs tipped to move for the Mexican international. The Toffees director of football Marcel Brands signed Lozano for PSV, while Carlo Ancelotti worked with him at Napoli. And Italy-based Everton scout Giacomuzzi has indicated they may make an offer. At Everton, there is a general manager who bought Lozano and brought him to PSV. They know very well what to do. However, he seems to be contradicting himself, as just last week he suggested that Chucky would not be a success in the Premier League. It's assumed that Napoli would want to make their money back on the 24-year-old if they were to sell him, and that 36 mil is the minimum requirement if any club are interested. We go down to North London now to focus on Arsenal and their possible summer signings, but according to ESPN, there might not be many if they fail to qualify for the Champions League next season. Ahead of his club's match against Portsmouth in the FA Cup, Mikel Arteta said the damage caused by the club not being in the Champions League for the 3rd season is really big. Financially, the impact is enormous because the structure of this club is built to be in the Champions League, and you can sustain that for 1 year or 2, but then after, you have to start making decisions. Arsenal announced their first overall financial loss since 2002 on Friday, with the club recording a deficit of £27.1 million after tax for 2018-19. The Spaniard hinted that decisions will have to be made once they know which scenario they are in. The Gunners may have to look at other means of raising finances, and with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's contract ending in 2021 and him looking unlikely to sign a new deal, this summer may be the only time Arsenal can cash in on their star striker, with Transfermarkt valuing him at £65 million. All I can say is keep an eye on this in the summer. If you ask Chelsea fans what they need this summer, most will say that left back is currently an issue, with Lampard yet to find his ideal fullback in the position. Cesar Azpilicueta has featured there 8 times this season, Marcos Alonso has found relative success, starting 9 games, and Emerson 13. But according to Bola, Porto's Alex Telles is the Blues' #1 target after he rejected a contract extension at the Portuguese club. The 27-year-old's contract currently runs out in 2021 and are eager to sell him this summer, rather than lose him on a free the following season. €20 million is the minimum figure Porto want, and his 8 goals and 5 assists in Liga NOS will be something that excites the Stamford Bridge faithful. In fact, Fernando Otto, the Brazilian's agent, said back in 2017, "I believe that maybe one day he will play for Chelsea. I don't know if it's going to be this season or next, but I feel like one day he can play for Chelsea. I wonder if he can also tell me the lotto numbers too." So that's all we have time for on this week's Transfer Talk, but have we missed out any other rumours? Please let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think of these rumours in the comments too. I'll be replying to as many comments as possible. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more Football Daily content, click on screen right now for more, and as always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.